Okay, so in this video we'll discuss the method to solve questions based upon impulse momentum method, and last one will be principle of conservation of momentum, right? Okay, so let us just first read out this particular numerical. In this it is said that with reference to question 3, okay, determine the tension in the string and the velocity of 1500 Newton block as shown in the figure 5 seconds after marking from rest or starting with a downward velocity of 3 meter per second for 1500 Newton block. But it is with reference to question 3, okay. Let us see. This question 3 is this. So actually it is this question belongs to this particular figure, and in this he is asking you to find out the velocity of this 1500 Newton block in two conditions. One condition when block is starting just after rest, there is starting velocity will be 0, and another condition will be when the starting velocity is maybe 3 meter per second, right? And he is asking V final velocity, but after some time, and that time is of 5 seconds, right? So let us try to solve this numerical. Okay. Yes. This is the numerical. Now in this numerical, if we draw the free body diagram of these two blocks, 1500 Newton block and 500 Newton block, in this one point is very clear to me that this block will go down, okay, and in that case this 500 Newton block will go up with a velocity of 2v, and this will go down with a velocity of v, right? This was already very clear to you because you have done the same numerical in D'Alembert principle, okay. Now if we draw the free body diagram of this 1500 Newton block, then in this case which force is driving this block into the downward direction? It is 1500 Newton minus 2t, okay. So we applied the impulse momentum principle, which says that P into T, force into T is equal to mv minus mu. So using that principle we just applied resultant force multiplied by time t is equal to mv minus mu, and since for first case it is starting from rest, that is why we have taken here 0, and v is final velocity, that still I need to calculate, okay. So I just put the value of time t is equal to 5 seconds, and if we had taken 2 common, then from this we can come to this equation, this conclusion, that 750 minus t is equal to 1500 upon 9.81 is equal to v, okay. Not 1500, 150, because from this I have taken 2 common outside, that 5 into 2 is equal to 10, that 10 will be cancelled, 1500 10 can be cancelled with this 10, that is why in this case it is written 150, okay. Now if we draw the free body diagram of this 500 Newton block, in this motion of this block will be on the upward direction, that is why it is t minus 500 into small t is equal to 500 upon 9.81 multiplied by 2v minus 0, because 2v is this velocity, or t minus 500 into 5 is equal to 500 on 9.1 into 2v, or t minus 500 is equal to this, or it is 750 minus t, and this is the earlier equation, this one equation, and these are the two equations, and with the help of these two equations we can easily solve this numerical, right? And we can get the value of t and v. Now in the second part we can solve the same numerical. There is not a big deal at all, because in the second numerical he is saying you have to find out the velocity of 1500 Newton block just 5 seconds after marking from starting with a downward velocity of 3 meter per second. That means in this case u is given to you, which is 3, and he is asking v after 5 seconds. So whatever we did in this exercise, in the same exercise we'll do. In the same exercise we'll just transfer 3 in place of 0, and then we can solve it and we'll get the value of t and v, right? So that's how we can solve this question. And this will similarly, there are so many questions you can solve from the book. In case of any issue, please feel free to contact me. Now last question, that is based upon, this is 11th question also. This is also based upon the same strategy. You can try to solve it. Last question, principle of conservation of momentum. It says that a vehicle weighing 50 kN moves with a velocity of 60 km per hour along x-axis. Okay, in this vehicle is coming x-axis, right? Whereas another vehicle which is going vertically up, right? Or it is vertically down, anything vertically down or vertically up, no issues. It's on one plane, like it is on 90 degree. So he is saying a vehicle weighing 50 kN moves with a velocity of 60 km per hour along x-axis. Okay, another vehicle weighing 25 kN moving along y-axis with a velocity of 90 km per hour, okay, collide with it, and these two got mixed with each other. Okay, if two vehicles get entangled after collision, determine their common velocity. So you have to find out their common velocity. This is what the question is. Okay, let us try to solve this question. This question is based upon principle of conservation of momentum. In that it was F into T is equal to mv minus mu, and in this resultant force F is 0. That is why mv minus mu is equal to 0. That is why mv is equal to mu. That means the initial momentum should be equal to the final moment, and this is what the principle. Okay, now we just laid down the entire structure and given in the numerical in this way, that this is the 50 kN vehicle. It is going along x-axis, this along y-axis by this speed and by this speed, and these two vehicles get entangled after collision. Determine their common velocity. So now in this, one point is very clear to me, that after collision this block will go like this somewhere here, right? But I do not know where it will go. One point I can make sure that this block will go like this somewhere here, right? As this circle is moving, this block will go somewhere here like this, just straight away. But whatever velocity it will go, I do not know, and I cannot comment on it directly. Okay, so what exactly we'll do is, we'll find out the x component of that final velocity, and we'll find out the y component of that final velocity. And once we're done with the x component and y component, then we'll calculate the final velocity and its direction as well. Okay, so let us see how to calculate the x component of that common velocity. Okay, so we'll apply the conservation of momentum in x-axis and y-axis. See, for this block, this block, momentum along x-axis is 550 multiplied by 60 km per hour. That's all. And what is the initial momentum for this block along x-axis? It is 0. Nothing, because it has only velocity in the y along y-axis. So for this along x-axis, it is equal to 0. So this momentum plus this 0, and What after collision? I do not know what will be the velocity in x direction. Let us say it is Vx. But weight I know it is 50 plus 25 upon 9.81 multiplied by Vx. So this equation will give me Vx. So I'll calculate Vx. If we apply the same principle in y-axis along y direction, then for first along y it is 0, but for this it is m into v is equal to same vy, right? Vy. This equation will give me the value of vy. Once vy is given to me, then I know the value of vy, I know the value of vx, and I can always calculate the the velocity of the combined block A and B together, right? Let us say it will go in this way, and this is the phi. Now, since I know the value of Vx, since I know the value of Vi, I can easily get the value of Vab, and I can easily get the value of phi. Whatever is, these two variables are the only variables which are desired in this question, right? So, okay. So, thank you so much for watching this, and this will be the last video of this subject from my side, and I am open for discussion of any type in case you feel like, right? Okay. Thank you so much and my best wishes.